Our Christian Minson's speech is called As Your Breath Flows. As your breath flows, our Christian Minson.
I'd like everybody to breathe with me a couple of breaths, please. So everybody together, inhale and exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. That was great, thank you very much. Okay. As your breath flows, as your breath flows, so your life flows. As your breath flows, so your life flows. How does your life flow? With ease and grace, or with difficulty and inelegance? Chances are, if you observe your breath, you will see that there's a big correlation. So let's look at the breath. It's very interesting, almost incredulous, that something so important to our very existence goes so unnoticed on a day-to-day basis. And yet, what if we were to just observe the breath a little bit more? We would see that there's a hidden power within the breath. What is this hidden power? Well, Dr. Andrew Weil states that the breath is the movement of the spirit within the body. So breath is related to the spirit. So I always like to look up words and see what their meanings are in the dictionary. And if you look up spirit, you'll see that it comes from the Latin root spiritus, which means to breathe. So breath is our spirit. So this hidden power within our breath is our spirit. So then the question becomes, how do we access this power? How do we harness this power so that we can use it? And the answer is through conscious breathing techniques. And by conscious breathing, I simply mean to breathe as we naturally do, but focused with your attention fully on that process. And this is what sages and wise men and women of ancient times as well as modern have done for millennia. And through this process, they've developed conscious breathing techniques. And by conscious breathing techniques, these are just specific breathing patterns that we focus on in the same way with our full attention. These specific breathing patterns all have specific purposes. They are designed to manifest that energy in a specific way. But conscious breathing techniques can only be talked about so much. They're really something that has to be experienced. So that's what I'd like to do with all of you now, is to share with you a conscious breathing technique. So if you would all sit up straight in your seats and sit up straight in your seats. Listening tech. Sit. Conscious listening is next week. So, put one hand on your belly and the other hand on your chest. Now if you just close your eyes and relax and imagine that your body is an empty vessel. And I want you to begin breathing in through your nose and filling that vessel as if you were filling a cup from the bottom all the way up. You continue to breathe all the way up to maximum capacity, just to the point where you feel a little bit of strain and you can't hold any more air. Then just hold for a couple of counts, and then exhale through the mouth in the reverse fashion, emptying your lungs and then to your belly. And just repeat that breath again. And as you're breathing in this fashion, just notice any sensations that arise in your body or in your emotional body. Any little aches or pains, awarenesses of any stimulation or emotional sparks. And as you feel these things, just breathe into them more. Give them more of your breath and allow them to expand. Allow them to expand and feel that energy of the breath. Begin to integrate that energy. that vessel. And exhaling, just letting it go. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and look back up here. This breath I call the awareness breath, and if you got into it, you should start to become aware of your presence in the here and now, which you may begin to feel a little bit dizzy from the extra oxygen that you're getting. But from there, a sense of calmness, a sense of peace and centeredness should begin to arise in your being. And through your connection with this energy, you begin to feel better. This kind of breath you can use, and I encourage you to use it at any time that you're having difficulties in your day. Perhaps you're anxious and tense, or you are feeling sad and lethargic. Or even if you're just feeling great, but you want to squeeze all the juice you can out of your day. You can use this breath and focus on the breathing and just note what your results are. There are definite advantages to realizing ourselves as living, breathing beings. Mastery over the breath is a key factor to mastery over our lives. As your breath flows, so your life flows.